In today's video, we're going to go over some of the absolutely mind-blowing systems in place for the World Cup. From a soccer ball that has built-in artificial intelligence, to automated out-of-bounds technology, to how the entire stadium can be disassembled in just a few hours. Did you know that the soccer ball they use has sensors in it and a motor to track the ball automatically? It's almost like they're kicking around a BB-8 from Star Wars. Well, that's just one fact. We have plenty more in today's video. Who do you think will win the World Cup? Where are you watching it from? Let us know in the comments below. But before we get into today's video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more daily content like this. Automated offsite technology. In Qatar, FIFA used offsite automation for the first time in the history of the World Cup. It is the kind of technology that will help referees make decisions regarding offsides faster and more accurately. To do this, 12 more cameras will be put under the roof of each stadium. These cameras will record where all 20 players are at any given time. Also, the balls will have special sensors on them that will make it easier to figure out where the ball is at any given time. In general, as close as possible to the technology used at the goal line to figure out if a player is offside, the same 3D models will be made when a goal is scored. With this system, decisions will be made about 3 times faster, so fans won't have to wait several minutes before they can celebrate a goal or not. This is a new tool to help referees make accurate, quick, and consistent offside calls during the whole tournament. Around the stadium, there are 12 cameras that watch over things. A sensor in the new alert pool is the only thing that makes this technology work. The video assistant referee gets an automatic offside warning, so there won't be any need for long video-assisted referee replays to figure out if a player is on the wrong side of the field. Sophisticated cooling system. 7 of the 8 stadiums where the 2022 World Cup will be held in Qatar are equipped with cutting-edge cooling technology. With this technology, the temperature inside the stadium will be just right for both the players and the people who come to watch. Chilled water gets to the stadium through a pipe from a nearby energy center. Once the cold water gets into the stadium, cold air will spread throughout the playing field and the areas where people sit. This is the first time that such technology has been used at a World Cup, both for the fans and the players. Stadium 974 is the only one that doesn't have advanced cooling technology because it has natural ventilation and doesn't need cooling since it's close to the sea. Modular stadium. After the tournament, the modular stadium might be taken down. Stadium 974 can be taken apart because it's made up of different parts that fit together. Cargo containers and steel frames that fit together were used. The design of the stadium is both attractive and cost-effective because it uses less material than a typical stadium. It also has a place in history because it was the first World Cup stadium that could be taken apart in its entirety. 7 World Cup games up to the round of 16 will be played at Stadium 974. Our LinkTree. FIFA 2022. The official ball for the 2022 World Cup, called Our LinkTree, is full of cutting-edge technology. A linked ball system transmits real-time data to video-assisted referee officials about the match. The center of the ball has a brand new Adidas suspension system with motion sensors. This is the first World Cup in which a ball like this has been used. It is more technologically advanced than the ones that came before it because of 2 things. The first is the CRT cord, which is the ball's core. It gives accuracy, speed, and consistency even in the most intense matches. And it keeps its air, shape, and rebound quality at the highest level. The second is Speed Shell. It is a textured polyurethane leader with a unique 20-panel form that increases the ball's precision, stability, and rotation in the air by means of macro and micro textures and surface counter release. World Cup for the blind. Fans who can't see will also be able to go to the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Bonacle is a revolutionary product that turns digital World Cup content into Braille. This lets fans who can't see access the content and enjoy the World Cup. The Supreme Committee of Surrender and Heritage, or SC in Qatar, started a competition called Challenge 22. It is leading a technological revolution in the Middle East. Bonacle was one of the products that came out of Challenge 22. With these changes, the tournaments will be fun for everyone in the world. 5 substitutes rule. Some rules will be used for the first time at this World Cup. We're talking about the possibility of switching out 5 players during the game. At the last World Cup, this didn't happen. New rule for penalty kicks. The same can be said about the rule for the goalkeeper. At least part of one goalkeeper's feet must be on the goal line when a penalty kick is taken. 26 players. For the first time ever, there are 26 players on the World Cup team. Before, it was 23. But the 26-person team has already been tried out at Euro 2020. This happened because COVID made football players sick and coaches needed more options. With a total of 5 substitutions, everything works even better together. It's also good for people who play football. Some players will have the opportunity to play at the World Cup, although under the previous rules they wouldn't have had such a chance. A woman referee. Women will officiate men's World Cup games for the first time ever, which is a big deal. The list of 36 head referees who will travel to the tournament includes the names of 3 women, namely Yamashita Yashimi and Stephanie Frappa. The fact that women are refereeing in the men's World Cup for the first time shows that women's potential is always growing, which is something I feel very strongly about. In addition, 3 more women were picked to help the referees. Karen Nozebek, Medina Diaz, and Catherine Nesbitt are their names. In fact, this is a good time and place to let women or groups of 3 or more play. Fan villages. Since Qatar is a small country, coping with a huge influx of fans is one of the biggest challenges. One solution was to make what are called fan villages. Doha, the capital city, is where the pieces you see now were made. A one-night stay in such a container costs more than $200. Aside from the crazy price, everything just looks bad. No one knows what it will be like for the fans to live there in the hot Qatari sun. Now think about what it would be like for the people who built the stadiums to live in these boxes. We take note of the fact that this has never happened at the World Cup before. The Winter World Cup. This will be the first World Cup to be held in the winter. This decision was made due to the incredible heat in Qatar in the summer, and holding the tournament in such conditions would be simply dangerous for the health of players and fans. But Qataris don't think of winter the same way that Europeans do. For Qatar, for example, winter is just not as hot as summer, but it's still hot. In the shade, the temperature during the World Cup is likely to be around 25 degrees Celsius. Most expensive World Cup. The stadium site for this World Cup has already cost more than any other in history. When Qatar won the right to host the tournament, there was almost no infrastructure in place for it. So the country spent more than $200 billion just building stadiums, roads, hotels, and other things needed for the tournament. By comparison, this is 10 times what Brazil spent in 2014. 8 stadiums. Only 8 stadiums will be used for the 2022 World Cup, which is the fewest number in recent years. Also, 7 of them were made from scratch just for these events, and only 1 of them was fixed up in 1978. Yes, Argentina held the World Cup in 6 stadiums, but only 16 teams took part in the tournament back then, not 32 as it is now. Short distance between stadiums. Qatar is a country that is less than 12,000 square kilometers or 7,456 square miles in size. Wales is almost twice as big as this country, and Germany is 30 times bigger. Even New York City alone takes up more space than the whole of Qatar. These have clear benefits for defense. It will be easy to move quickly from one stadium to another. Some fans will be able to see one match at one stadium and then another at a different stadium on the same day. The 2 farthest stadiums in Qatar, Al Bayt and Al Galoop, are only 145 kilometers from each other. How compact something isn't just about how far it can be moved in 2 hours. It's also about how fast it can be moved. The shortest World Cup. In 28 days, there will be 64 games happening at this World Cup. In fact, it was the most packed ever. Qatar will host the World Cup for the first time in an Arab country, and this will only be the second time the World Cup has been held in Asia. We'll remind you that Japan and Korea hosted the tournament in 2002. Back then, the Brazilians were happy about winning, and since then, no country from South America has won the World Cup. If they don't win this time, this will be the 20th year in a row that Latin American teams haven't won the World Cup. No Queen Elizabeth at the World Cup. It just so happens that the first World Cup without Queen Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom will be in Qatar. She was born in 1926 and the first World Cup was in 1930. Over 1.5 million supporters are there. More than 1.5 million people from all over the world are expected to come to Qatar to watch the games. The location of Qatar is one of the main reasons for this. It's very helpful for a lot of countries. You can also get a visa there pretty easily. The trip is even better if you can get cheap flights. The most expensive football trophy. The design of the World Cup trophy is known all over the world. It was created 5 decades ago and is the same trophy given to the winners every 4 years. Before 1974, the winners got different kinds of trophies called the Jules Rimet Trophy. It is one of the most expensive sports trophies ever at $20 million. The gold in the trophy is worth $250,000 at the current price of gold. Given that the market for sports memorabilia has grown at an exponential rate since the pandemic, this item's value could have easily gone up by a lot. The first trophy tour will go to every eligible country. During the FIFA World Cup Trophy Tour by Coca-Cola, the Golden Trophy went to every team that made it to the tournament for the first time ever. The trophy has been in 51 countries and territories in total. All African coaches. All African teams that made it to the World Cup will be led by men from that country for the first time. Walid Regragui is from Morocco, Rajibert Song is from Cameroon, Aliou Cissé is from Senegal, Jalal Kadri is from Tunisia, and Otto is from Ghana. Thank you for watching today's video. Did you know there was this much technology going into a seemingly simple soccer game? Let us know in the comments below. While you're here, why not check out another one of our videos on screen now?